taller than me. I reckon he...
I'd do it like... You'd be alright.
That one looks higher. Try that one. Switch.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. Apologies for the slightly late start. Welcome to Hilton West Palm Beach for this media conference with Marc Guéhi to preview tomorrow's matchup with Costa Rica in Orlando. As ever, we'll keep it to 2 questions per person. If we do have time, we'll come back to you. And please raise your hand if you do have a question and use the microphone available. Rob Dorset, do you want to start?
Hi Mark, lovely to see you.
Hey, good to see you.
You well?
I'm good, thank you.
Good man. I just wanted to ask you about the last, well, I think 13 months for you, which have been absolutely extraordinary. You won the FA Cup, you got your dream move to Manchester City, you won 2 cups since then, and now you're at your first World Cup. That's a heck of a lot when you say it all out loud in one go. Is this the best of the bunch? Is this the pinnacle of it?
I mean, I'm grateful, super grateful for everything that you just explained. I don't know if it's the pinnacle. You know, I'm always striving for more and hoping for more, but like you say, to be at a World Cup is a fantastic achievement, and I'm super humbled by it.
We've been talking a lot about England's central defensive options, and you've obviously played a lot with John Stones and Ezri Konsa, more with Konsa than Stones, I think, in fairness. But they seem very different, the two of them. Can you kind of compare them for us and what strengths each of them has got? Because you probably know better than anybody.
Yeah, I'd say different, but a lot of quality with both of them. I mean, both coming from managers and style of plays that suit them, because they're both ball-playing centre-halves, but both really good defenders themselves, both read the game really well. I'd say both leaders as well. They both lead by example in the way that they train and in their behaviour, the way that they are as people around the camp. So, you know, both fantastic players and big assets to the team.
Okay, well, if you go to the back row, we'll go Carrie Brown here next.
Hello, Mark. How's it going? You're going to the last preparation camp. You've done a lot of warm weather training. Are you feeling that impact now, especially in the last match in Tampa? Is it you more acclimatised to the heat and the conditions?
I think so, yeah. First day was extremely hot. But yeah, I think as the days have gone on, we've been doing a lot better, getting used to the weather, getting used to the conditions. It's definitely a big step for us, and it was a fantastic idea to come out here early and, you know, just like you say, acclimatise to everything. So yeah, I think everyone's in a good place.
The Arsenal players have returned. Ebbs, of course, you both had a remarkable journey this season. Were you unsurprised by how impressed Mikel Arteta became about what Ebbs could do, and have you put your arm around him a bit with the penalties, and how nice is it to see the reaction from the Arsenal fans, the real fans, not what you see on social media, the buying up of shirts, the biggest cheers for Ebbs and Gabriel? Is that has to be a turning point of how you get behind players in moments like that?
I mean, Ebbs is a fantastic player. I've seen it from day one. He's someone that has overcome so many adversities. So I'm sure to be here is a fantastic achievement for himself, but I've seen his development at Palace, and true gent, someone that you love to be around, and of course a fantastic player. I just congratulated him on the Premier League. I didn't really watch the Champions League final, obviously heard about it, but like you say, it's important to remind everyone of the good things that they've done. I think they're well aware of everything else, but like you say, it's obviously nice for the Arsenal fans to do that.
Can you pass back to Sammy, and we'll go back row there next. Here you go. Yep.
Hi, Mark. Here.
Hey.
João Miguel Nunes, RTP Portugal. First of all, I would like to ask you, what is your goal for this World Cup? Win the title is the main goal or no?
I mean, every single person in this room knows what that answer is or should be, so I don't think I'd need to go too much into that, but definitely giving a good account of ourselves, you know, approaching every single game with the belief and with the style of play that, you know, we can really hurt teams. So yeah, I think, you know, just showing that togetherness on the pitch and, you know, giving the England fans performances that they should be proud of.
Then I would like to talk a little bit about the Portuguese guys that you already know. Of course, Ruben, Mateus and Bernardo. Did you talk with them about the World Cup? What do you think that Portugal can do in this World Cup? Do you see Portugal as a favourite? And of course, I would like to know also, how would you miss Bernardo? is leaving your team. So I guess it's a person with a big capacity in the locker room.
Yeah, we didn't speak too much about the upcoming competition, but for sure, I wish him all the best. Yeah, for Bernardo, I think I've said it before, he's one of the best players I've played with, and I think as a team we're definitely going to miss him, not just on the pitch, but his personality off the pitch. He's a big character, big leader, and yeah, Portugal, like I said, a very strong side, fantastic players, and yeah, they definitely one of the teams to watch in this competition. So, mate.
I'm Mark.
I'm not looking at it.
Okay. Obviously, we won't know the answer to this until the game against Croatia, but you appear to be the first choice centre-back, and it's a race between obviously Ezri Konsa and John Stones as to who plays next to you. Are you looking in that way, and how do you find that responsibility now of being a senior member of the squad?
I'd say for me, the most important, and not just me, but every single person knows that if we're going to achieve something at this World Cup, it's important that everyone's a team player. Cliche or not, whether I'm playing or not, really is important. It's not important at all. The most important is that the team does well, that we move through the competition with confidence, and try to achieve our goal.
And just quickly, can I ask you a question about training with the tunes on, with the music on? Whose idea was that, and why, and who picks the playlist?
Yeah, it's Joel at the moment, one of our physiotherapists. He's on the tunes. I don't know. It's just good vibes. We're out in Miami. Sun's out, so why not?
Sammy, pass it to Henry here, and we'll go Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel, you next. Yeah, you.
Okay, good to see you, Mark.
Hey.
Having trained in the heat, having had a game, what is going to be the identity of the team? Thomas has talked about a controlled intensity. How would you describe the identity of the team's play moving forward at this World Cup?
Yeah, I'd say it will look similar to how it's looked throughout the qualifying phases. I'd say being very mindful of the fact that we have good physical capabilities in our squad, and we want to maximise that and impose ourselves and show that on the pitch, but also using our understanding of conditions and experience that we've had in different competitions, and understanding that it's going to be hot at times, and so being mindful of that is very important.
But you're still confident that physical intensity that Thomas talked about when he took over the job is achievable?
I think so. I believe so. I mean, you look across the squad, you can see the physical capability that we have, as well as the technical part and the understanding of the game. But it's going to take both sides, that physical side, but like I said, game management, understanding of conditions and circumstances in different games to maybe tweak things and adjust.
Thank you.
Thanks, Henry.
Mark, hi. First, good luck in the tournament.
Thank you.
Secondly, you've played 28 times for England. You've had 13 different centre-backs that you've played alongside in that time. A couple of them were playing full-backs, but they are centre-backs. What are the strengths that you bring that you can blend so easily with them? And do you actually study them? And we know you study centre-forwards to see their runs, but do you also study the players that you're going to play alongside with internationally? Thank you.
Yeah, I try to do my best in knowing every single teammate that I play with and understanding their strengths. And I think me as a person, I think it's so important that I accommodate them, make them feel as comfortable as possible, make them feel like, that they're back at club, for example, playing regularly. And, I think that's one of my strengths, is accommodating other players and making them feel comfortable. At the end of the day, it's all for the good of the team. There's no one person above the team.
Here, Mark.
Hey.
How are you? Good?
I'm good, how are you?
All right, TNT Sports Brazil. It's a cliche, but I would like to ask you, what do you feel about favorites of this competition? Do you feel that England is in the top 5 among the favorites? How do you see this issue?
I think you're asking the wrong person here.
Why?
Because I don't read anything in the news. I don't watch anything. I don't know what's going on at all.
But watching all other national teams, do you feel that Spain, France, other teams are in front of England or behind?
I don't know whether they're in front or behind. All I know is we'll find out at this competition, and it's going to be exciting because, like you say, there's going to be a lot of good teams, a lot of good players. So yeah, we'll find out. Thank you.
Hi, Mark. I'm David with the City of Palm Beach Gardens. We've been very happy to have you here as hosting you and your team for the training camp. Just wanted to get your thoughts on the city, the accommodations, facilities, and particularly the quality of the pitches and how it's aided you and your team leading to the World Cup.
It's been great. It's been fantastic. The accommodation has been great. I think everyone has been super friendly. It's been super welcoming to us, and we've felt at home straight away here in West Palm Beach. So it's been amazing. The quality of the pitches has been really good so far. Training's been of a high standard and high quality. So yeah, we can only say thank you to you guys.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, James.
Hi, Mark. If the first game against New Zealand was about sort of acclimatising and getting minutes, is there a feeling that everything's going up a level tomorrow? That obviously it's the last chance to kind of impress in a game setting before the tournament starts.
Yeah, I'd say naturally, like you say, first game, acclimatisation, getting used to everything. Second game, pick it up. Naturally, it's going to feel like that, with the way we want to play, the intensity. But still also being mindful of the fact that players are still at different stages, coming from players that have played recently, players that haven't played recently. So I think the most important message is just to arrive at the right time, and that's on the 17th, that's against Croatia. So as long as the guys are ready for that game, that's the most important.
I think the New Zealand game was your 58th match of the season for club and country, which is obviously a lot. I mean, just firstly, sort of how fresh do you feel, and just generally, how much of a challenge is it for you as a group to put that kind of workload for you, because so many of you played that number of games and really perform in this World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, it's the big question in modern day football at the moment. Are we working too hard? Are we playing too many matches? I think, to be honest, when you enter in the World Cup, that all goes out the window. There's only one thought in your mind, and that's doing the best for your country and trying to achieve something. So yeah, we're very mindful of the fact that we played loads of games. I think the most important is mental freshness. Away from the training pitch, are we enjoying our time together? Are we relaxing? Because ultimately, I think the mind at this point is a lot more important than the body.
Hi, Mark. You said just now that you don't read anything, you don't watch anything, you completely sort of insulate yourself against the news. You also talked about the relaxation. We know that Harry Kane loves to do a little bit of golf, and he's big into that. What is it that you do then to keep your mind fresh and to relax away from the game?
Yeah, a lot of the guys like to play golf. Unfortunately, I'm a bit too stiff for golf. I'd say I've gone out and explored West Palm Beach a little bit. Really nice place. Gone to a lot of the streets, had some coffee, gone to the beach. So explore, whether it's reading, whether it's movies, series, or just spending time with the guys. I think we've all got our little routines. But yeah, anything away from football. As soon as you come off the pitch is nice, just to keep your mind fresh.
You've been in a lot of teams, even over the course of the last couple of years. You've changed teams a couple of times, and obviously that means you're meeting different personnel. Where do you rate this dressing room and the togetherness, which has been so central to what Thomas is trying to achieve?
I'd say it's up there. I think everyone feels extremely comfortable with one another. I'd say more importantly, off the pitch stuff is so big. I think the on the pitch stuff will take care of itself, but the bond that I think the group is having and gelling together is so important. That camaraderie that we have together is so nice for everyone to feel comfortable. However many caps, however many tournaments, it's nice to just spend time together, and I think it's gelling really nicely.
So we'll finish with two back with Carrie here.
Mark, I was just wondering about those changing partnerships that you've had, from being at Crystal Palace when there isn't as much squad depth, so then more injury, to then going to an injury crisis with Manchester City and the change of guard at England. How have Tuchel, Guardiola and your managers at Palace helped you? Because you seem to really adapt very well to that change of partner.
Yeah, I'd say fortunate enough to have been coached by some really, really good coaches, especially over the last year or so with, Oliver Glasner, Pep Guardiola, Thomas Tuchel, of course. It helps when there's a clear way that we're playing and clear principles. For someone like me, it just makes it very easy. But also, I'm playing with some top players, really, really good players. So we make it easy on each other. We try and learn each other's weaknesses, each other's strengths, and just build on those qualities that we have.
Declan Rice has been announced as the vice-captain. You joined the academy a year after him. He was 1 year above you and you were 7, and he was 8. How your careers have grown together, but you've been touted as a future England captain too. Where does all that leadership that you two have come from?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'd say we're both different characters, both different leadership skills as well. I'd say Declan's probably a bit more vocal than I am. But I'd like to think equally as effective. But yeah, I'd say give credit to the different academies that we've been at. We've both been at Chelsea Academy and obviously West Ham for Declan. And, in that time you grow, you come across different people and you just, learn. So I think credit to the people that have helped us along the way, to allow us to be where we are today.
Okay, thanks everyone. Thomas Tuchel will be here shortly.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Okay, everyone, welcoming Thomas Tuchel to the room. Let's settle down. Again, 2 questions per person, please, and use the microphone available and raise your hand if you do have a question. Rob, when you're ready.
Hey, Thomas.
Hi.
Can you give us your thoughts on the game tomorrow and what your approach to it will be? Maybe who's going to get more minutes, who needs a bit of a break? What you want to get out of the game.
Good. No one needs a break. Everyone is available. That's the very good news. No one was injured after the first. No complaints after the first match. 1 day for recovery. 2 good training sessions yesterday and today, and ready to give it a push tomorrow. Push means more than 45 minutes. Players will play 60. Maybe some 70. Decision is not made yet. I will do this. We will make this decision in the afternoon. But that's the plan. We have then the chance to load the players 1 day later in a match behind closed doors in our training facility, and then pre-camp is finished and we start our adventure 2 days later in Kansas. But like I said, we expect a push tomorrow, physical, and from intensity and also from style of play, from ball speed and everything. Wanna take the next step, and we feel ready for it.
More than any other player in the squad, it feels to me like you've kind of tried especially hard to accommodate John Stones. We saw you take him out to Barcelona last summer when he wasn't playing, just because you wanted to spend some time with him, get him around the group. What does he offer that others don't? And I wondered if it's maybe a positive that he hasn't played as much football as some of the other guys in the team. Maybe he's a bit fresher going into this tournament.
Well, he feels very, very good. He feels totally competitive. He hasn't played a lot of minutes, not as many as we would have liked, ideally, but he was available. I think that's a big difference. So he was not injured a lot through the season. He was available. He has trust in his body, and most importantly, now he did ever so good for us when he was in camp. He offers us a lot. I think he is as a football player on the highest level, defender of highest quality. He can step into midfield. He's confident in build-up. He can switch between different formations fluidly. He's a proven winner. Won so many titles. He knows what it takes. And on top of it, he's a very nice personality, and and totally accepted, nice person, friendly, humble, and top personality. So that's the full package. I'm very happy that he arrived in a calm set of mind. Very happy to be in camp, ready to go, and the best news is he's training every training session. He played the 45 minutes and is ready to go. I think he's on high level.
So Thomas, with that said, would you be ready to start John Stones in the first match against Croatia?
Of course, everyone can start. Everyone is fit. Everyone is ready, and John is one of them. Everyone is ready to go. But before we think about this, we have 2 more matches to play, and hopefully we take the next step, and hopefully we all stay healthy and have no injury worries. That we have the full availability, and then hopefully the full choice before Croatia. But first things first.
You have the whole gang back together. Declan Rice, your vice-captain. When Gareth Southgate took over at England, he said, what I need is more leaders on the pitch, more captains without armbands, what Declan Rice is often described at. First, talk to us about your decision to make Declan vice-captain, and tell us how many captains without armbands do you have to go and win this World Cup?
Well, we have a leadership group of 5-6 players, if you want to call them captains without armband, and Declan is one of them, and Harry is of course one of them. So these are the 2 guys with armband. Harry is our captain, there's no doubt about it, and Declan is our second captain. When Harry was not in camp and didn't play against Wales, we had the choice, and it was a very quick one and a very obvious one for me to give it to Declan. He is on highest football IQ. He takes care about formation. He takes care about our structure. He takes care about the adaptation, about the rhythm in our game. I think he had outstanding 2 seasons in his personal career. The last 2 years with Arsenal was one of the main players for me in Europe in the Champions League campaigns. One of the very best midfielders in Europe at the very moment, full of confidence, and that's why he's my vice captain.
Back there.
Hi Thomas, João Miguel Nunes, RTP Portugal. Maybe you wouldn't like to make like rankings among the teams, but to ask you very clearly, do you put England among the favourites to win this World Cup?
How many favourites are there?
I don't know, that's what I want to know. In your opinion, of course.
No, we're not the top favourites. We can't be, because we haven't won it for so many years. So there are like proven winners in the tournament with more success in recent tournaments. So these are the favourites, and we compete for the trophy. We dream big, and we know what it takes. If you dream big, it comes with responsibility. Responsibility is on the effort. So this is where the focus is, and we want to compete. We see ourselves as competitors, as challengers, and we want to go all the way, but I don't think that we are the heavy favourites.
Considering favourites and talking about Portugal, because it's my country, I would like to know if you see Portugal as one of the favourite teams to win this World Cup. And of course,
after the success in Nations League, yes, and after the involvement of the Portuguese players for Paris Saint-Germain, yes, you're one of the favourites.
Yeah, I would also add this part of the question, because it's
your
maybe
coach
Ronaldo's...
Your coach will not like this.
No. The question is that I would like to ask you also about Cristiano, because it would be maybe his last World Cup, the last dance. Of course, it puts an extra to the Portuguese team, or no?
I don't know, actually. I don't know, but you're from Portugal, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, your country has a strong football team, strong coach, strong group, proven winners, heavily involved with the success of PSG. Top coach. You had the success in Nations League, so again, you're one of the favourites.
Okay, Sammy.
Hi, Thomas. Can I just check on the Arsenal players that have arrived now? I've not spoken to you since. Yeah. Their condition, and they've obviously played a lot of football this season, but they've also only played 8 or 9 days ago. How much do you want to see from them in obviously the game tomorrow and then the game on the Thursday?
From the Arsenal players?
Yeah.
We still have to take care a little bit about Bukayo, who had an injury in March camp and carried it through to, of course, into his club campaign, and was available and made himself available in the end of the season and did this brilliantly. But he was managed in between matches, and that continues a little bit at the very moment. So we're building him up, and we're building him up. Noni is 100% available, Declan is 100% available, and Abs as well. So we need to take we're just coming from training basically. Everyone was involved in training, including Bukayo. Everyone made himself available, so we have full choice, and we need to take the decisions now in the afternoon who actually starts and how many minutes we will give to the players. But they came in very good spirit, and they came in very good shape. I feel them proud. I feel them confident. They know what they did. They know what it took them to win the title in England, to have this little period where suddenly it was in doubt, and they overcame it and managed to win the title. It meant a lot to them, and I think they have a clear understanding that they went toe-to-toe with the best team in the world at the moment, with Paris, and they had them, and they just lost in a penalty shootout. So they came in best spirits, and I'm happy for that.
And just one more on John Stones, specifically tomorrow. You said there'd be some players who would benefit from playing 60 or 70 minutes. Given the lack of football that he had towards the end of the season, presumably he would be one of the players who would benefit from maybe a bit more football over the next 2 days.
Could be. I need to double check with the physical department, actually. There can always be a little bit of we always have a second opinion of our performance team, what he actually did through the week, what he actually was exposed at City in training and not playing. So this will everything will play a role when we take the decision, and then everyone needs to deserve to be in the starting lineup tomorrow, which he does. But we have strong 4 central defenders with Jurel Konza, even 5. So decisions will be made in the afternoon. But the good news is with John, he's ready to go. He was not managed in training. He just does every training session full, and no complaints. He feels very confident.
Gentleman over there.
Hello, Coach. Good afternoon. Fernando Petrocelli from AS Spain. Do you think
yes,
Nico...
you are the favorites also.
Do you think... No, I'm not going to ask about Spain. Do you think Nico O'Reilly has the skills or talent to become on the best left backs in the future? And the second one, Messi is also playing his last dance. Are you impressed that Messi at his 38, 39 still has this quality or this level? What do you thoughts about Messi's final World Cup?
You don't need my thoughts about Messi and about Ronaldo, guys. They are the goats. So they are here, and they are the teams to beat, of course. Argentina, Portugal, Spain. So there you have 3 already. There's no doubt, and there's no doubt about the first question. Nico will become a top player. It's just amazing. His rise in such short time to be so influential and to create almost a completely new role of a left back. He might, I mean, even if he plays left back, he spends most of his time on a left 10 or like in a number 9, arrives in number 9 positions to score decisive goals for his club. And for us, he starts scoring in training, so hopefully we can use his skills. No, he's very humble, he's hardworking, he has the body, he has the skill set, he has the talent, he has the mindset. That's why we took him. It's amazing to work with him, and he will have a top career. Not even sure it will be a left back, because he can play as a left 8 and a central midfielder, but yeah, it's a top player.
Thomas, you gave a very stirring talk to the players, the second star. Was that from the head or from the heart?
About which one are you talking about?
Just when
I'm shocked that these things are out there, you know that, right?
Well, there's a video. So,
I know. I'm shocked that it's out there.
Okay, but I mean, it was very. The reaction was very positive. A lot of the fans saying we're actually completely bought into you now. But when you were talking to them, was that from the head or the heart? How much of it was prepared?
Which one was it? Which one?
Well, how many have there been? It was the one when you were talking about the second star on the shirt.
So the very first, it seems like the very first talk, when my very first talk to the team. But it was from the heart, but I prepared it. So I had 3 months to prepare it. I started in January and the first camp was in March. Well, it's just the first speech. I think, not sure if the players remember it, and if they remember it, hopefully they just remember the feeling that it I hope it made them feel good and made them feel excited, and well, it is what it is. We have some of these talks, and some of them are more into. We have a lot of them about football, and some of them we have about to wake up some emotions, more emotional. So this was clearly from the heart, I guess.
And why do you think it's been 60 years?
Good question. Maybe not one reason, but I think recently in the recent tournaments, I think that the England national team is just there. Like if you reach semi-finals, if you reach quarter-finals, once you reach a quarter-final, you can win any competition. If you reach quarter-final in FA Cup, Carabao Cup, if you reach it in Champions League, that's my opinion and my conviction. Once you reach quarter-finals, you can go all the way. So I think it's important to understand, to not try to digest this whole tournament in one piece, and to focus on what we can influence. So at the moment this is prep camp, and then we will take care about group stage. This is how I only know it, and how I always approached it in club football when we went to Champions League campaigns. Make sure that you win your group, make sure that you go through your group, and don't get distracted in overthinking. Once you arrive with a team in a quarter-final, then you can go all the way, and then the belief will be there. But there has to be a lot of work done. There has to be a lot of respect for our opponents, for the environment, and don't underestimate the level of luck that you need with injuries, with decisions, So let's see. We go step by step. I think we're at the moment in a good moment. We're exactly where we want to be, and want to take the next step tomorrow.
Thank you. Hi, Thomas. Even for you, this is new, the World Cup preparation, the build-up into a tournament like this. What's the tone you want to set within the camp? Because
the tone was very relaxed in pre-camp. We had days, we had afternoons off for the players, where they could reconnect by themselves, where they could go out, have dinner, see friends, see their families. We had an evening yesterday where family and friends were invited into our hotel. We had a lovely barbecue yesterday evening in an amazing facility and amazing energy around in camp. So that was exactly what we had in mind. It should be relaxed. The focus will come by itself. The tension will just rise by itself, and it will rise when we change our location to Kansas, and then we have 4 days to prepare our first match, and then naturally we will go into the tunnel, and then it will be match by match by match. So the tone was very relaxed. It was about reconnection on a social level, but also reconnection with our football principles, because a lot of our players have played last time for us in November, because they missed March camp. So it's quite a long time to reconnect with our football, and this is what we did. But the atmosphere was relaxed. The atmosphere was like it should be, and I think it's important.
Yeah. So you've been conscious, because you've had a long build-up into the first game, that you don't want a sort of nervous tension to begin too soon.
Yeah, I think we didn't want that. We didn't want to have the focus and the tunnel vision too early, because we came into the country early. But our tournament starts very late, and I think with the kickoff of the tournament on Thursday, and then with the matches every evening, the feeling just comes naturally, and it does not need to be built artificially too early. So like I said, it felt more like a mix of pre-season a mix of pre-season and players, holiday, spare time. So it was a good mix. We were very demanding in the first part of the days, and the players had free time, downtime, and permission to do nothing and to relax and to get together in the afternoons and evenings. And that's why we feel in good spirits at the moment.
Okay, 2 to finish. James, then Brazilian TV.
Hi, Thomas. When you said earlier England aren't among the favourites because we haven't won it for so long, just the fact that they've got to the last 2 Euros finals, is that not a sign that they're getting closer, or is that not relevant to this tournament?
It's absolutely relevant. Like I said, I think if you go to finals in the Euros, if you go to semi-finals, quarter-finals in the World Cup, then you're there. And then you can win it, and it just takes maybe a bit of luck or whatever. I strongly believe that we are there, but I also believe that we are not the favorites because of the history. And it's just like if you I don't know, maybe it's the wrong comparison, but if you go now to Wimbledon, you have never won it, or like 60 years ago won it, you're maybe not the favorite. So, but you can win it, of course, and we want to win it. But we know what it takes, and it takes also a calm mindset and focus on our steps. Not get if we want to reach the top of the mountain, we need to start the journey step by step, and we need to go base camp by base camp. Otherwise, we will just get distracted. So I have belief. We all have belief. We all have a dream. But it comes with responsibility and hard work and commitment and discipline, and sometimes comes with disappointment and setbacks. This is all included, but we dare to dream, and it's important.
I just want to ask you a general one. I don't know how much you're aware of this, but Africa's top referee's not been allowed into the country.
Yeah.
And it's brought up a lot of the politics around this tournament in general. Obviously, there's been talk about the political climate, border security, ticket prices, all this stuff. I mean, are you able to separate the politics from the football?
Yeah, and I'm very grateful for the FA that they let me separate it, and they let me be the head coach and talk about football and just talk about football. Otherwise, we have no chance to go all the way, if that's not the case.
Why?
Sorry?
Why?
Not because we need to be focused. We need to be focused. It's hard enough. The tournament is hard enough if we focus on football. If we're gonna be distracted and I give also too many opinions without having the full knowledge about the situation. It does in general not help.
That's one.
Yeah. Thomas, TNT Sports Brazil.
Excellent.
What
we
about
have all of you.
Yeah. What about
favorites?
All right. What about Neymar? No, I'm joking. But throughout your career, you have been coach some superstars, Neymar as well, Mbappe, those kind of players. Yeah. And we look at the season and the whole career of Harry Kane, and of course he is a superstar. But I have the sensation that he is a different kind of superstar. I don't know if you have the same feeling, and why is that?
He is a superstar, for sure, and he's getting better and better. I love, by the way, all my Brazilian players that I had the chance to work with, all of them. They were very, very special for me, and they still are. There were quite a few very, very good ones and amazing personalities always. Harry is as well. He's a fantastic leader. I think he's in I used the word before, but he's in a sweet spot of his career. Quite late, but he is. He's just lean, he's sharp, he's fully focused, he's in top shape. I think the last 2 seasons, the success he had and the influence he had with Bayern Munich, the intensity they played at Bayern, just helped him to reach this level of his personal potential. He thinks day in, day out about how we can win as a team, how we can perform as a team. That makes him very special. This is where he is at the moment. I think this is what he felt also in Bayern Munich, that you can really go very long in European competitions like Champions League as a team, if everyone buys into the idea of this intense game that they play. So it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure that I had him in Bayern Munich, and it's a pleasure to have him here as a captain. He's truly our leader, and in fantastic shape at the moment.
The last one, as you said, you like your Brazilian players that you have into there. What do you feel about Neymar in this competition? Seriously, he made it. He was struggling to be there, and now he made it. Do you feel that it's good for the World Cup that a player like him is on?
Also one of the biggest now, like Ronaldo, like Messi, is just like this incredible, talented player. He's big personality. He has the personality, the confidence, the quality to decide matches on any level. It's just a matter of fitness, and I don't know about that. So he is in the team and makes your team, of course, more dangerous. And you're always in the mix when it comes to World Cups and to titles. That's a no-brainer, and makes it a little bit more difficult for everyone else.
Okay, thank you very much, and see most of you in Orlando.